Trying to stay focused while studying or working is difficult. We're not designed to be sitting at our desk for hours on end, so staying productive is something that a lot of us struggle with. You see, it's important to understand that productivity can be broken down into two parts: time management and attention management. And these concepts are interconnected, and you can't expect to be productive without managing one and not the other. Yet they address different aspects of how we approach our tasks and responsibilities. Time is our most valuable resource, and time management is all about planning, prioritization, and goal setting to make sure we're using our time efficiently and allocating time to our work. On the other hand, attention management is about understanding how to focus and minimize distractions. So in this video, we'll cover techniques to address both time and attention management and increase your motivation to give you a really good understanding of how you can increase your level of productivity. What's up guys, this is Shiv and welcome back to another video. The first factor to consider is planning your work, which is an essential part of managing your time. There's a famous saying which goes, speed is irrelevant if you're going in the wrong direction, which applies here because it means no matter how productive you are, if you're not taking the correct steps in the right direction, you won't accomplish your ultimate goal and are essentially wasting your time. For example, if I'm studying, what I like to do is create a timetable from now until my exam and allocate a number of hours of revision to each of my topics. To keep things simple, let's say I have to do a total of 300 hours of revision and I have 100 days left until my exam, which means I broadly have to do 3 hours a day. It's also really important to review that plan regularly to make sure you're still on the right track. This introduces structure to your work schedule and ensures you're going in the right direction. Talking about structure, if I'm just working day to day, I find it really useful to have a to-do list, and I use the Reminders app on my iPhone to keep this updated. If you've not seen my video on the Reminders app, you can check it out in the top right corner of the screen. It's well known that procrastination happens when you see the mountain of work in front of you and can't visualize an easy finish. So splitting up your tasks into a to-do list can help you visualize your steps to completion, and your elephant-sized projects can become bite-sized tasks. Another really important technique is preparing the night before. Think about when you were a kid at school and packed your school bag the night before versus in the morning. If you packed it in the night, then come morning you were calm and ready for the day. Whereas if you packed it in the morning, you were stressed, running around and looking for your books. And the same applies here. It's important to spend a few minutes each night organizing your day for tomorrow. This can include setting your goals, making a to-do list, or even just clearing up your desk so that you have a clean workspace to come back to tomorrow. It takes just 10 minutes that night, but could save you a couple of hours the next day. Lastly, don't get startled, but eat the frog. So eat the frog is a well-known productivity concept that is often associated with overcoming procrastination and tackling challenging tasks. The idea is to encourage you to tackle your most difficult or undesirable tasks first thing in the morning, and by doing so, you're more likely to increase your overall productivity, as the rest of the day's tasks may seem more manageable in comparison. By facing these tasks head-on, you're taking control of your productivity and creating a positive momentum for the rest of the day. Now that we've addressed time management, let's move on to attention management and talk about the correct environment and tools you need to increase your productivity. Factors like temperature, lighting, noise, and even your desk setup can affect your productivity and motivation to work. So it's important to make your work environment comfortable and an area that you like to spend time in. Lighting is a big factor for me personally, so in addition to my ceiling lights, I've got this monitor light bar which lets me adjust brightness and warmth of light. And I've also got a lamp that hangs over my monitor to give me even more light on my desk. I've linked these along with the rest of my desk setup in the description below. There are also several studies that suggest background music is also a great contributor to increased levels of focus by decreasing the amount your mind wanders but not causing distraction in itself. Ali Abdal's got a great Study With Me Spotify playlist with instrumental music that's great for this. Again, I've linked that in the description below as well. The third adjustment to your environment is probably the most difficult but also the most important. Don't work with your phone around you. There are multiple studies that show phones with their distracting alerts and notifications interrupt workflow and can lead to decreased productivity. You also get tempted to check your phone more frequently if it's in front of you, and the algorithms of social media apps like Instagram and TikTok are specifically designed to keep you on the app for as long as possible, all of which impact your ability to engage in consistently productive work. Now, maybe you need to have your phone with you while you work. Perhaps you're using a work phone and expecting calls, or you're a parent who needs to be accessible at all times. Well, there's one app that really helped me stay focused while studying, and it's called 1sec. 1sec is an app that actually deters you from opening your favorite apps. So for example, every time you try to open Instagram, 1sec will ask you to pause for a few seconds and take a deep breath, which actually makes you rethink whether or not you actually want to go on that app. And more often than not, I found myself just closing Instagram because it made me wait to access it. On average, we spend around 17 hours a week on social media, and 1sec will actually tell you how many hours you've saved each month by using the app. Now moving on to one of the most effective ways to beat procrastination and improve your focus, the Pomodoro Technique. This is used by millions of people, and I personally use this during university and for my further studies to stay focused while working. And the idea is to alternate focused work sessions, or Pomodoros, with frequent short breaks to promote sustained concentration and avoid mental fatigue. So you set your timer for 25 minutes and focus on a single task until the timer rings. You then get a 5-minute break, which should be used productively, so going to grab a snack or going for a quick walk rather than scrolling social media. After 4 Pomodoros, you can then take a more restorative 25 to 30-minute break. This technique is so effective because not only is it just so easy to begin, but it also helps you resist all of those self-interruptions and retrain your brain to focus. There are a number of Pomodoro Technique apps you can download, or you can buy a Pomodoro timer from Amazon, which I've linked in the description below. In conclusion, the journey to enhance productivity is a personalized one, and these are all the techniques that personally worked for me. As you incorporate these productivity strategies into your routine, stay mindful of what works best for you. Whether it's effective time and attention management, the Pomodoro Technique, or even the art of eating the frog, the goal is to maximize your levels of productivity and help achieve your goals. I hope you found that helpful and informative, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments below if you have any productivity tips of your own, and I'll catch you in the next video.